We are in the midst of the international break, and for us, we still have another 8 days to go until we're next in action again. However, despite this, there is still some Liverpool news to discuss, and in today's video we'll go over all the latest Liverpool news from the last 24 hours. There is so much to cover in today's video. And hello everybody, welcome back to the channel guys, I hope you're all well. Before we do get into today's video, as always, please do smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. The final international break of the year precedes a schedule that is non-stop for Jurgen Klopp's squad, with 10 games in the space of 31 days to see out 2023. The calendar year is almost at an end, but for Liverpool it is the busiest time of the year as they balance 3 different competitions in a very short space of time. Before then, Klopp will have his fingers crossed that all 18 first-team players return without any further injury concerns to juggle, unlike the last international break. On the Reds' return, they have a run of 10 games at an average of 1 every 3.1 days before 2023 makes way for 2024, and more games come flying at them thick and fast. Of the 10 games, Liverpool have an even split of 5 on the road and 5 at Anfield. That includes 3 consecutive away games, Sheffield United, Crystal Palace and Union Saint-Gilloise, and then 3 home matches on the bounce, that being Manchester United, West Ham and Arsenal immediately after. This is Liverpool's remaining fixtures of 2023. 25th of November, Manchester City, Premier League. November 30th, LASK, Europa League. December 3rd, Fulham, Premier League. December 6th, Sheffield United, Premier League. December 9th, Crystal Palace, Premier League. December 14th, Union Saint-Gilloise, Europa League. December 17th, Manchester United, Premier League. December 20th, West Ham, League Cup quarter-final. December 23rd, Arsenal, Premier League. December 26th, Burnley, Premier League. It will not have escaped Klopp's attention that he has a further 2 Saturday lunchtime kickoffs to navigate, first at Manchester City and then shortly after at Crystal Palace. On the trip to the Etihad, which is immediately following the international break, Klopp said, honestly, the people making the decisions, they cannot feel football. It's not just possible. We have to agree a game of that magnitude will not be played at the level it is capable of when both teams have their preparation limited to a single day thanks to the late international returnees. What will be of interest is to see how the Reds navigate 3 away games in the space of 8 days, before then hosting both Manchester United, Arsenal in the league plus West Ham in the League Cup sandwiched between. Klopp will need to continue his rotation policy. He's averaged 7.7 changes in the last 10 matches, and hope that injuries do not become a mounting problem at the busiest time of the season. Liverpool are set to benefit financially from the huge interest in the Premier League broadcasting rights. That is the view of finance expert Kieran Maguire, who explained to Football Insider that the Reds will pocket more merit fees and facility payments if the value of the Premier League broadcasting increases. As reported by The Telegraph, Amazon are exploring a potential bid for the Premier League broadcasting rights that would challenge the dominance of Sky Sports and TNT Sports. The Premier League is set to sell 5 packages of rights in its next cycle, which will include 270 live games to be broadcasted instead of the usual 200. The current deal is valued at £5 billion, but the increase in live games could push platforms to increase their bids. Liverpool's latest 2021-2022 accounts revealed media revenue of £261 million, which includes payments from both domestic and international broadcast rights. Maguire believes Liverpool could grow that figure thanks to the huge interest in the upcoming Premier League broadcasting rights. He said, there is huge interest in the Premier League rights. We've seen other leagues plateau or decrease when it comes to broadcast rights, but I think broadcasters have realised that the Premier League sets the standard of engagement which fans dissuades them from cutting the cord or cancelling the subscription. Therefore, it is very much the go-to, and as a consequence of that, there is still an upward potential with regards to the value of the broadcast rights. It will not be as staggering levels like when we had a 70% increase in 2014 and 17. The rise is magnificent for the Premier League clubs, although they only proceed to blow it out on wages. If you take a look at the history of the Premier League, revenue has increased by 2,600% since it started, and wages have increased by 3,600%. But the Premier League will continue to be the envy of European football. Therefore, clubs such as Liverpool, which are at the elite and therefore get higher merit payments and higher facility payments, will be major beneficiaries of any increase. Dominic Szoboszlai was one of 4 midfield signings in the summer, and his early motivation came from a desire to show even if there was not an overhaul, he'd still be the pick of the bunch. Liverpool's number 8 commanded attention in his first few months of the campaign, with his fresh energy immediately noticeable in the engine room. The highly motivated midfielder watched on at the likes of Jordan Henderson and Fabinho departed, plus James Milner, Naby Keita and Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain before them. Klopp knew such widespread changes could prove difficult for the new signings to settle, but Szoboszlai's goal from the start was clear. He said, I, on the other hand, wanted to show Klopp and the club him not by chance. I want to give it back in some way, and if I can with my game, I will. I didn't want them to think that a Hungarian player came who was brought because the entire midfield was changed compared to the previous season. I wanted to show that if it was still that midfield, I would still play. He has certainly done that. Szoboszlai has not only injected more defensive resilience to the midfield, but he is also a chance creator. In the 12 Premier League games so far, he has created 28 chances. For comparison, in the entirety of last season, Jordan Henderson created 31 as the leading creator in the middle of the park. It will be Liverpool's job to protect the 23-year-old against himself though, considering he enjoys running himself into the ground each and every game. Curtis Jones has grown steadily year on year under Jurgen Klopp's tutelage, and his skill set has his former England coach hailing him as one of the most talented he has worked with. Now 22, Jones has aged out of the international youth football and must now await any call-up from Gareth Southgate to represent England. His performances so far this season ought to have put him in contention before succumbing to an injury prior to November break, with the midfielder as a key cog for Klopp's side. Jones is industrious and has visibly matured with each passing season in the first team, and his rise has been no surprise to those who have worked with him, including England under-21 boss Lee Carsley. He said, "Similar to Cole Palmer, I'm not surprised one bit by how Jones has been doing. Curtis would be up there with the most talented players I've worked with. He's got everything you need as a midfielder. He can run, he is very, very fast, he's powerful, he can score, he can assist, he can defend, he can take the ball, all he needs is the opportunity. The way he has played when I have seen him play, it's been outstanding. He just needed to stay fit. I know he struggles sometimes with that consistency of playing. To see him take that form and showed in the summer, that responsibility, that understanding of the position into playing for Liverpool is brilliant to see. Those traits are becoming a more consistent part of Jones's game week in and week out, and it would be a surprise to a few if he is recalled straight back into the starting 11 at Manchester City if fit enough to do so." Liverpool fans, what are your thoughts on our season so far, and who has been your standout player so far? Let me know down there in the comment section below. That brings us to the end of today's video. As always, please do smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. Thank you, and I'll see you all next time. Take care. Peace.